today? I'm fine, thank you, teacher. Good. All right. So today we'll be looking at a new topic. Are you excited? Good. I can see you're excited. So the topic that we'll be looking at, look up here. Our topic is plants used as clothing and shelter. What is the topic? Let's say together. Plants used as clothing and shelter. Good, just like that. Plants used as clothing and shelter. What are our clothing? Do you know what are our clothing? What are some of our clothing? Your shirt. What else? Dress. Pants. What do you wear on your feet? Shoes. What else? What do you wear? Socks. Awesome. So all of you know what our clothing? Yes. So this represents our clothing. I have one clothing here. This is it. This is it. Is it a shirt? Is it a dress? What is it?
A shirt.
It's a shirt, right? Good. So this is one of our clothing that we can wear, right? Some plants are used as clothing and some plants are used as shelter. Right? So what is some of the shelter that you know of? What are some shelters? Tell me. Alright, let me tell you. A shelter is a place, maybe it's like a house where somebody lives, right? And this here, what does this look like?
Shelter.
It's a shelter, but what is it? It's really like a patio, right? Right? And that is called a shelter. Show me shelter. Let's say again. Plants are used as clothing and shelter. Good. So the house that you live in, do you think that's a clothing or is it a shelter? It's a shelter. Great job. What about, we come to school here. This is a shelter. Our school is a shelter. Somebody, let me see, when you're waiting on a bus, where do you stand if it's raining? Under the bus?
No, it's on the shelf.
A bus shed, you call it. A bus shed. So that is also a shelter. Right? Good job. Do you think you understand?
Yeah.
And do you have any questions? Natalie, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
What would you like to ask? You want to go home? Oh, okay. Well, as soon as we finish, you'll go home, okay?
Home is shelter too.
Home is your shelter. Good job. Jada, another thing. Home is your shelter. And we will all get to go home. Teacher also wants to go home. Okay, so, but, listen. I have a nice activity that I know that you will like. Right? And this activity, you listening? This activity has to do with clothing and what? Shelter. Very good. Give Kate a clap. So you ready to do your activity?
Yeah.
Yes, who?
That's teacher.
Yes, good job. Okay, take your seats. Okay. Time for a small group, time for a small group. Let's settle down, let's settle down. We will do some work, we will do some work. Let's settle down, let's settle down. Okay, so here, look what teacher has here for you. What would we call this? A shelter, right? And do you see this picture? What do you see? It's a man. And what is he wearing?
Clothing.
Clothing. clothing. Very good. Where do you think it came from? It's cotton. Very good. It's cotton. Cotton wool. And where does the cotton wool come from? The cotton plant. So you see that? Plants are definitely used as clothing and also, what is this? What did we call this? Our shelter, right? Where do you think, what part of the shelter do you think is made of that we got from the plant? What part of the shelter we got from the plant? What are you seeing here? This is the branches or the leaves, as you would know it as leaves, right? And the part here that we made for this shed, what do you think this is made of? What material is that made of? Look at it carefully, just like what we have on the table here. What material is that?
Wood.
Wood. Very good. And we get wood from? Where do we get the wood from? Trees, or we can say plants. Very good. Okay. So remember what you saw here, and this will help you with our little activity here. So the activity that we're going to do today, one of you will color the shirt. What you have to do?
Color the shirt.
Good. Some of you will color the shirt, right? Some of you will use popsicle stick, and we will make a house, which is also, we call that our shelter, right? And some of you,
Where is the shelter?
yes it is, and some of you will circle. You will circle the clothing and shelter, okay? Good. So, here we go, Javon. Jaden.
Easy at this one.
Okay. And Renaya, you can color your shirt. Good job. Nice. So plants are used as clothing and you're finished? Okay, good job. Nice. This is your shelter. So plants can be used as our shelter. Good job, Anthea. Girls, did you enjoy that lesson?
Yes.
Yes. Teacher. Good. I'm happy you enjoyed that lesson. What was your favorite part?
But I finish
You colored the shirt. What was it?
Make a shelter.
Making the shelter. Kira, what about you?
Stop on the center.
Circle the shelter. What did you circle, Kira? You circle the shelter. Good. Yes. So now, what have we learned about plants? What can we use plants for? Say, you answer the question. Say, we can use plants to make what? A house. And what else? Or a shelter. Well, the house is a shelter. And what else? It was two things. A shelter and also dress. And the dress and the things that we wear. What do we call the things that we wear? Shirt alone? We only wear shirt? And dress. But all of those things that we wear, what we call it? Clothing. What we call it? Clothing.